Hey everybody, welcome to Far Out Dudes.
It's another week, and we got another far-out conversation for you.
So,
So,
if y'all haven't been paying attention, we just got word that there's all kinds of crazy governmental shenanigans going on.
if you're not part of those 30 views we got on our last big podcast video, you need to listen up.
You better pay attention, guys, okay? Because right now, we are in a governmental secret building right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And today, what I want to do is I want to start off by talking about the government using the media to manipulate all of you.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about this in our previous episodes of the FBI, Ray Epps, and as a provocateur.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all haven't seen that video, go watch it. It's got a lot of good information on the FBI and how they use a particular program called COINTELPRO. If you haven't heard of that, it actually stands for Counterintelligence Program. The FBI's been using this for since the 50s and 60s. Now, what they want you to believe,
What they want me to believe.
they want you to believe that they've discontinued this program and they no longer use it.
Yeah,
Okay?
I believe the government.
Yeah. Who doesn't believe the government? Everybody right now.
Is there a reason not to trust our government? Have they ever give us a reason not to?
So,
Good guys and girls, women.
so as you know,
Uh-huh.
okay,
Or maybe
everybody can trust the government, right? The FBI and COINTELPRO,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Counterintelligence program, just like I said just earlier,
A few seconds ago, yeah.
they've said that they're no longer using it,
Uh-huh.
okay?
Uh-huh.
But I want to run through the methods that they use during the COINTELPRO, and you tell me if the FBI and the government is no longer utilizing these methods.
Okay.
Okay, Joseph?
I'm
All
ready.
right?
Tell me.
Again,
hit it with me.
okay?
Hit
The
me
first
with
one,
it.
infiltration. Agents and informers did not merely spy on political activists. Their main purpose was to discredit, disrupt, and negatively redirect action. Psychological warfare. The FBI and police use a myriad of dirty tricks to undermine movements. They, meaning the FBI, planted false media stories and published bogus leaflets and other publications in the name of targeted groups.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
They forged correspondence, sent anonymous letters, and made anonymous telephone calls. They spread misinformation about meetings and events, set up pseudo-movement groups run by the government agents,
Uh-huh.
and manipulated and strong-armed parents, employers, landlords, school officials, and others to cause trouble for activists. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Number 3, harassment via the legal system. The FBI and police abused the legal system to harass dissidents and make them appear to be criminals. Officers of the law gave perjury testimony and presented fabricated evidence as a pretext for false arrest and wrongful imprisonment.
I don't believe it. Not my government.
Number 4, everybody. Illegal force. The FBI conspired with local police departments to threaten dissidents, to conduct illegal break-ins in order to search dissidents' homes, and to commit vandalism, assaults, beatings, and assassinations.
What's the difference between a beating and an assault?
So assault can be a little bit less than an actual physical thing.
Oh,
Anyway,
I guess so.
we can go into the gist of those later. Undermine public opinion. Okay?
Hmm?
Here's probably one of the most interesting things. One of the primary ways the FBI targeted organizations was by challenging their reputation in the community and denying them a platform to gain legitimacy. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, Hoover specifically designed programs to block leaders from spreading their philosophy publicly or through the communication media.
How so?
Furthermore, the organization created and controlled negative media meant to undermine Black Power organizations. That was from the 50s and 60s.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, they oversaw the creation of documentaries, okay,
Mm-hmm.
skillfully edited to paint the Black Panthers as aggressive and false newspapers that spread misinformation about the party,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Does that sound, in today's politics,
It does not sound
as though
familiar at all. I
the
don't know what you're talking
FBI
about.
is not using any of these tactics?
All the time. Obviously, all the time. And then you get it from the other side too. That's like it's obvious they're doing it, like smear campaigns. But then it's like, especially when stories just like pop out of nowhere, with like no reporter or anything behind it. It's just like, oh, this big opening case or whatever, just like out of nowhere. There's like nothing leading up to it. It just pops out of nowhere on like every news station too.
So,
So
The FBI has discontinued these programs.
Clean hands.
They don't use these programs anymore, guys.
No.
But they also use these programs to basically divert and distract the citizens.
Well, it's like,
right?
I don't like someone with a drug problem. They're like, I don't sniff coke anymore.
Yeah.
But they're smoking it. It's just like, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Technically, it's true, but it's just a different way of doing it now.
I don't sniff it at all. I mean,
No.
I shoot it up.
I smell it.
So, I mean, most of these tactics were used to basically cause distractions for people not to be paying attention to what's actually going on too behind the scenes, right? So think about it these days. What is the FBI and other government agencies using these tactics? What are they doing? What are they trying to keep us distracted from? What are they trying to cover our eyes, keep the veil on us? What do you think they're trying to hide?
That can be a whole lot of things, unfortunately.
Because there's a lot of big stories out there right now.
Yeah.
I mean, half of the people don't even know what's going on. Like, let me ask you something. Do you know about the Durham report?
No.
Do you know what the Durham report's about?
Trump?
Yes.
Wild guess.
So the Durham report is
That's
actually,
true.
which we're going to do an episode on that, by the way.
Uh-huh.
But the Durham report actually is about how Hillary, the Obama administration, and the FBI all conspired on Trump. Okay? Half of the citizens don't even know that there's a report out there that's going on.
I think they all remember like the main one that they did on him.
Because why? What did they do now? They recently just did they got a bogus indictment that they have on him right now. Okay? Turn your eyes, guys. Don't look at what the things that we've been doing behind the scenes that we wasted all of your taxpayer money on.
Well, I think it's a double-edged sword too, because you got everything that's like, oh, we don't want to talk about Trump, we don't want him in the office, but then it's a way for them to flip the focus on.
So let me ask you something, Joseph, because I consider you kind of one of almost like a Joe Sixpack, kind of. Okay,
I'm more like Joe Keg.
Okay, Joe Keg. What is the indictment that just happened on Trump? What is it about?
It's about from the little that I've seen, like the documents still.
Yes. So it's about it's about the classified documents, right? So now they are indicting Trump on classified documents. Right?
Still or
the Durham,
again or
the Durham report,
finally?
The Durham report came in, and the indictment came in right after that. Those are some big things that they're covering up with. Just, hey, pay attention to Trump, guys. Look at what Trump's doing, right?
And it's easy to do, too, because it's such a big name and whatnot. You think after, like, 2 years, they would say just, like, throw him under the rug, do things, but not make a public spectacle out of it.
So there's two big things that the government right now doesn't want you to focus on, okay? One is Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and their scandal. Okay, most of you have been
lovers.
Most of you who have actually seen or have been paying attention to what's been going on with that have known the whole Burisma and the payouts that they've been getting like a long time ago. I've known this stuff for like 2 years. It's finally actually coming in, and there's a lot of information that's actually being pushed out there to other people.
And you know what I keep seeing too, which I don't think surprises a lot of people, but Joe Biden falling everywhere.
Yes. Distract you.
He just needs a cane already.
But this is far out dudes. And one of the big things that they are distracting you from and do not want you to know about is number 2, aliens.
You mean
and
demons?
Spacecrafts. Far out dudes, my opinion, Paul from Far Out Dudes, my opinion is aliens are demons. But we recently had a big whistleblower that just came out to talk about aliens and spacecrafts. Did you even hear about that yet, Joseph?
I saw the headline, but I've been working a lot, so I haven't been able to like read the details. So lay it on me.
So yes, they are distracting you from the fact that a whistleblower, an intelligence officer that had been working in the intelligence field, that has been his credentials have been checked. Okay, News Nation came out and interviewed this guy. Okay, so yes, UFOs, UAPs, extraterrestrials, visitors from outer space. The media is barely covering it, and the public seems to be just not fazed at all by the fact.
You know why?
That there is UFOs out there.
Oh, it's just aliens, UFOs, nothing's confirmed. That's the way they're seeing it.
I don't blame anybody though. I literally don't blame anybody.
Because it's just like, oh, the whole UFO thing, like.
Because, I mean,
again,
how many times have we had government agents come out, do whistleblowing, and it's just like half of the stuff you don't even know if it's true. Why? Because of COINTELPRO. Because half of the time, they're trying to distract you. They're trying to give you information that's not really out there to just keep you phased and keep you going on about your merry way.
Another big scandal or something pops up.
So they just so happened that when the Biden scandal came out and the aliens come out, boom, Trump's being indicted.
Where the aliens have come out now? Even aliens are gay?
Sorry. So now that the Biden scandal has been pushed out to the public, and a whistleblower on aliens has come out to say they are real, there are aircrafts out there, then boom, the Trump indictment comes in, and everybody's paying attention to that. All right, everybody's focused on the Trump indictment right now. I mean, there's headlines on everything.
Yeah.
Yahoo News, MSNBC, Fox, CNN, everybody's talking about the indictment. What they aren't talking about is the whistleblower that just came out.
Of UFOs. And let me ask you this real quick, kind of mildly off subject. So you have aliens, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's got to be, I'm assuming there's male and female aliens, right?
Maybe. I have no idea.
Assume there are.
Okay.
Let's assume there's male and female
Okay, I'm
aliens.
going to assume that they are...
Would it be gay to have relations with a male alien?
Yes.
Since it's a different species, though.
No. The fact that you're even considering this is just disgusting, okay? So
it's a question.
that is, you should not even, I'm not even going to entertain that question at all, okay?
Well, you already did. You said
So
yes,
anyway, so I want to go back to the fact that there was a whistleblower. Who is this whistleblower, Joseph? Do you even know his name, or did you just hear about a whistleblower?
All I know is he got a whistle and he's blowing on it.
All right. So David Gersh is his name. He's 36 years old, and he is the whistleblower that's out there right now that came out on News Nation. Okay?
You better let out everything you can before he goes missing.
So that's kind of what I want to talk about right now. He's a whistleblower who worked for an intelligence agency. The intelligence agency, the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. He's out at the government to basically say that they know about UFOs, UAPs that they call them now, and they've actually taken in these aircrafts and have basically kind of almost like reverse engineered the aircrafts. So I don't know about you, but that sounds plausible to me. What do you think?
I wouldn't doubt they've reverse engineered some technology, and they're just like digging into the rest to freaking get better quality stuff. It reminds me of like in the 1950s or so, somewhere around then, like the rate of technology was like at a regular pace. And then like the 50s or 60s, I forget, it just like skyrocketed. It just went like straight up.
Isn't that just crazy? And when do we hear about most of the UFO kind of incidences where we see more and more of like Skinwalker Ranch incidents, the Roswell incident, like that all happened in the 50s and 60s, right? Where you see that technology is kind of staying stable and then boom, shoot up straight into outer space.
Yeah. When I believe around the time that
pun intended, everybody. If
I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, so forgive me. But right around the time like lasers were invented.
Yeah. So here's one of the interesting things that I want to bring up. Elon Musk, right?
He's an alien.
He has SpaceX. He has Tesla. A lot of new technology that he's come up with that has just basically just taken off.
And who is he hands in hands with?
The government. Okay? Yeah, but here's one of his quotes that he's actually said. He said, if anybody is going to know about UFOs or aliens, it's going to be him. And he hasn't seen any evidence of it. Okay? This is straight from Elon Musk's mouth. Yeah. Maybe I didn't quote him verbatim, I would say. But I paraphrased it. And I would say to that's what I would expect an alien to say who doesn't want to be discovered. What do you think?
A lizard alien.
Reptilian.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've talked about this before, like how the U.S. government actually has technology far in advance than what they're actually putting out. Like, I mean, like the internet was actually known about since like the 70s and the 60s and 70s, and
the military was using it then.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of different technologies for the viewers and listeners out there. Comment down below about some of the other technologies that you've known that the government had been using way before the public actually ever got a chance to
stealth
actually use.
bomber,
Yeah,
right off the bat.
right.
It's a big one. People thought that was a UFO.
Yeah,
because it was kept so secret.
and so Gersh is actually his credentials have shown that he's been working for the NGA, which they say he has said that they've taken these spacecrafts and they reverse engineer them. I mean, they've analyzed them, and you know what that sounds like to me? That literally sounds like Independence Day. Do you remember when, like, the alien spacecrafts come in, and then all of a sudden Will Smith is in like a Area 51 underground bunker?
Yeah, because they caught one.
Right? And they look at an alien that they've been keeping there for like years, and then they have the aircraft there that they've been trying to figure out and how to make it
run
fly.
and everything.
Yeah. Like, doesn't that sound just like the movie?
And he gets in there and goes beep beep boop boop boop.
Yeah.
And he takes off.
So it literally is kind of, this is literally like.
Well, let me ask you this too. Like Independence Day, do you think these aliens, supposed aliens, who traveled multiple light years and they're highly technologically advanced, whatever.
Technologically advanced.
You know the word I'm trying to use. Spaceships. Do you think they would be taken down by a virus that was created in the 90s? The mothership of all things.
I don't know. But here's one thing. On this podcast, we've discussed in a jokingly manner that many incidences of UFOs and aliens we've encountered. And here's one of the most recent ones. And if y'all haven't seen this is actually out there, and you can probably find it if you Google it. There was what Las Vegas residents say an alien aircraft crash landed, and 9-foot aliens actually emerged from there.
Nephilim.
Okay, and so no signs of them. Where's this aircraft? Why isn't there no pictures? They saw it. Where
Especially with cell phones.
Where
nowadays.
Where are these people at? Okay, and so one of the other things I think about is another Will Smith movie,
I Am Legend.
Men in Black.
Oh,
what do they use to wipe everybody's mind?
the little pins.
The little nebulizer.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Yeah, they're called nebulizers. So basically what they do is they flash it in their eyes, and then boom, memory's gone, right? So there was a tweet, and here is one something from a Twitter. Tweeter. Her name was Cassie, and I saw this article, and I was like, that's a legitimate thing that probably happened in Las Vegas. So what she says, and we're gonna have it posted up for you guys to see. She says, "What if it was just these rich teenager aliens who their mom and dad just recently bought them a nice fancy spacecraft, and their mom told them, like, don't go to Earth, and then they like, no, we're going to, and then
let's go see what the humans are doing in Las Vegas, bro.
They still
even aliens want to go visit Las Vegas.
Yeah. So these teenagers, they crash land in Las Vegas, and now their mom is like, okay, you're gonna get.
That reminds me of
you're grounded when you get back here.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode where the aliens do crash land and they're like frat guys.
Yeah.
And he's like, my dad owns a dealership.
Yeah, well, my dad totally owns a dealership. Oh, man, look at my shit, man. My dad's gonna be pissed.
That's exactly what happened, guys. It's just some teenage aliens who their family's rich. They got them the fancy thing, and they visited and crash landed on Earth. And then their mom and dad had to come and pick them up, and now they're grounded.
Called Alien Intergalactic AAA.
Yeah,
got out of there.
So now they're grounded for years now.
What if it was just something that crazy?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Like,
if it was just that, like
coming here is forbidden for them. Like,
yeah.
It's a no zone that, they can't go to, but because some come here, like, you have that opportunity to like crash or something, you know what I mean?
Don't go there. Humans are idiots. Have you seen we've all seen
have you watched the last 100 years? Come on.
They literally use the movie Idiocracy as an actual documentary of the human race.
Yes. How I don't deny that's how it's going to go.
So going back to the COINTELPRO thing,
COINTELPRO sounds like a 1-800, one of those 1-800 numbers. Yeah. Back in the 90s, you could save money.
Not to worry. Just dial 1-800-COLLECT. It's fast and really easy to use. 1-800-COLLECT's a lifesaver. How can I ever thank you? Tell your friends. 1-800-COLLECT. It's fast, it's easy, it's safe.
COINTELPRO, if you don't remember what we said at the beginning, it stands for Counterintelligence Program, something that the FBI said that they have discontinued. It's basically to discredit people, criminate them, and other things like that, okay? So my question is, Joseph.
Yes.
What do you think is going to happen to Mr. Gersh? Do you think they're going to just allow this to happen, or do you think that he's going to end up being discredited in some way, some fashion, some form?
Here's what's going to happen. He's going to come out. It's going to be a big thing. But then...
So wait, he's going to what?
He's going to come out with this information.
Oh, okay. Not as LGBT or anything like that?
Maybe.
Okay,
but
well, you never know.
He's gonna come out with that information. It's going to be a big thing. And then all of a sudden you're going to hear like, oh, these tweets popped up about him. Or, oh, this is his past about his life. He did this, like smearing him.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get a story about, oh, how he was just stricken with guilt and getting all these death threats and there. He couldn't take it and offed himself.
You think they're going to get him to off himself?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, because that way it's the easiest thing to do for somebody. It's just like, oh, he, offed himself. Don't look into it. Like, instead of him disappearing and then being a big story behind, oh, he disappeared, so it's got to be the government thing. It's just easier for them to say, oh, he offed himself, and, that's it.
Yeah. Isn't that what mostly happens to most of the people? Like, they either discredit them or somehow they Epsteined.
They get Epstein. Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Epstein.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
So to end this episode, I wanted to show Joseph the actual interview of him speaking about the information that he knows of these UFOs.
Okay, let's see.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone.
Claims that our government has proof of alien life.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
How many?
Quite a number. Some are landed, some are crashed.
Allegations of a secret government program that has hidden the truth